The applause still lingered in the hall when my smile began to falter. Beneath the golden lights and the hum of congratulations, my husband, my brand-new husband, lifted the microphone, looked straight at me, and said, "This dance is for the woman I've secretly loved for the past 10 years. Then he walked right past me and offered his hand to my sister. The guests laughed, thinking it was a joke. I didn't. Her fingers trembled as he took them. The orchestra began to play our song, and I stood there in a white gown that suddenly felt like a disguise. My father's grip tightened around his glass. He didn't clap. I met my husband 6 years ago. He was magnetic, clever, ambitious, charming. The kind of man who could make you feel like you were the only one in the room. I believed that was love. I was wrong. I brought him into my world, introduced him to my family, to my younger sister Alina. She was soft-spoken, kind, everything I wasn't. I'd spent my life protecting her. I just never thought I'd need protection from her. At first, I told myself I was imagining things, the stolen glances, the hesitations, the little lies disguised as coincidences. But betrayal has a rhythm. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. One night, he came home late, smelling faintly of her perfume, jasmine and guilt. I didn't confront him. I washed his shirt in silence and began to think. Betrayal doesn't destroy you immediately. It teaches you. So I learned. He thought I was naive. That was his first mistake. Quietly, I began moving money from our shared accounts into one he didn't know existed, under a business name he helped me register. My father, a retired banker, helped me without asking a single question. He already knew. A month before the wedding, I replaced our event planner. My decision, of course, as the bride. What he didn't know was that my new planner worked for me alone. I asked Alina to manage the gifts and RSVPs. She felt trusted. I smiled as I handed her a list that wasn't real. By the time the wedding day arrived, every detail was in place. Every person, every secret, every move. When he took her hand, and everyone cheered, I just stood there, silent. My father's expression didn't change, but I knew he understood. After the ceremony, after the laughter and the endless toasts, he came up to me. "You're awfully quiet," he said. I smiled. "Just tired," I told him. But I wasn't. I was waiting. That night, when the guests were gone and the house had gone still, I went to my father's study. The door was half open. He was expecting me. "Did you ever find out who owns that land near the lake house?" I asked. He nodded once. "Yes," he said calmly. "It's under your name now. I signed it this morning." That was all I needed, because that land wasn't land. It was a legal title to the company my husband had been secretly funneling money into, using my father's investment as cover. He thought he'd hidden it through fake partners and false accounts. One of those partners was me. My husband, who had followed me into the room, froze when he heard that. The color drained from his face. My sister sank into a chair, realizing too late what had happened. I turned to him and whispered, "You said that dance was for the woman you've loved for 10 years. Tell her to keep dancing. She'll need it where you're going." My father's security entered quietly. No yelling, no chaos, just calm efficiency. Within a week, he was facing charges: fraud, embezzlement, breach of contract. Every piece of evidence carried his signature, neatly dated and authenticated. Alina disappeared from town. She didn't take her things, not even her phone. I didn't chase her. Watching him confess to protect her was enough. He thought love was sacrifice. I knew better. It was strategy. Now, months later, I visit the lake house sometimes. The air there smells of rain and pine, and for the first time in years, peace feels real. I think of that moment under the chandeliers, the applause, the dance, the look in his eyes when he realized I'd already won. Revenge isn't about anger. It's about clarity, about knowing what was taken from you and ensuring it's never taken again. He lost everything that night, and I finally got myself back.